So our next topic is nothing but the IoT communication protocols. Okay, so IoT consists of smart devices that communicate with each other. So it enables these devices to collect and exchange data. So IoT has a wide range of applications in industries or transport or logistics, healthcare, smart environment, personal, social gaming, robot, whatever, everything we have. So these smart devices can have a wireless communication. So as far as IoT is a wireless communication, so it is the main concern. So many different wireless communication technologies and protocols can be used to connect the smart devices, such as this IP Internet Protocol version 6 and 6 low WAN, Zigbee, Bluetooth, Bluetooth, Z-Wave, near field communication. There are some short range standard also there like Sigfox, low power wide area cellular, nothing but uh, so these are all the different protocols. Let us go and look at both these IoT protocols. So here we are going through description of each communication protocols. Commonly, the communication protocols of IoT are categorized into two, nothing but low powered wide area network, and another one is short range network. Okay. So in that low power wide area network, we are having two, nothing but Sigfox and cellular, and another short range network. It is nothing but six low pan and the Bluetooth, Zigbee, RFID, NFC, nothing but rear field communication and the Z. Let us then go back. Let us see this in deep. So this information communication technology, we call it as ICT, is expected to be the revolution in the transferring the information from human to human or human to things and things to things. So these smart devices are connected, transfer information and make decisions on behalf of people. So this new technology is called as the connectivity for anything. So it can connect anywhere, anytime and anything. Okay. So this IoT environment consists of enormous number of smart devices, but with many constraints. Okay. So let us go and understand one by one in very briefly. So first category, it is nothing but low power wide area network. So this is called as a Sigfox. In that first one we discussed about Sigfox. Let us go in deep. In briefly. So this Sigfox is nothing but a low power technology of wireless provider which is having such sensors for diverse range of low energy objects such as sensors and machine to machine applications. So it enables the transmission of small amount of data up to 50 kilometers. So basically I forgot to say these communication protocols it used from sending the data from one device to another devices. So what are the protocols are available? We are studying it now, right? So the ranging is from 50 up to 50 kilometers. We can use this. So this Sigfox uses a technology called ultra narrow band technology. Okay, so it is designed to handle low data transfer of speed of 10 to 1000 bits per second. So it is running over a small battery. Okay, so it is NFC technology is used here in the smart meters or patient monitoring everything else. So here the Sigfox is uses the star network topologies. Okay, next coming to the cellular technology. So you already know, we already studied it in the technology. So it is a great fit applications through what we need through a high throughput data and have a powers of IoT progression that requires the operation over longer distance. We know it, right? Through our mobile we can transmit the data from here to anywhere. So for the longer distance, we are using this cellular technology, using nothing but for our mobile phones, the GSM, 3G, 4G, 5G communication protocols. Using this, we can using the send collected data from one here to anywhere. For longer distance, you are using like GSM, 3G's communication. But it needs a high power consumption. We know that our mobile phone consumes more power when we are using, but nowadays this power issue is also rectifying. So it is not suitable for the machine to machine or local network communication, because for the local network we can use other things. Only for the over the longer distances we can use this cellular technologies. So cellular communication protocols is also very used for many applications that involving mobile devices. Here this topology is used depending on the various based technologies. So next, coming to this short range network. So till now we used up to 50 kilometers, and the long distance we used low area, low power wide area networks. Now we'll discuss about this short area networks. Okay. So in that, the first thing is nothing but six low wireless WPAN. WPAN. It is one of the most commonly used IoT communication protocol. So it is based on IP based standard internet working protocol, right? So it is connected directly with another IP network without any intermediate entities like the gateways or proxies. Okay. So the standard is created by some internet engineering tracks course and standard internet thing. So it uses a power of IEEE submod a networking using this IP version 6. We already studied in the last sessions. So it supports around 2 to the power of 128. Sorry, it is not 2128. It is 2 to the power of 128. Oh, you already studied, right? So IP addresses with a different lines on it. It also uses a low power and a low bandwidth. So this six supports different types of topologies like mesh and star topology. Okay, and it is proposes an adaptation layer in between the MAC and the layer. So this is a pictorial representation, will give you a brief understanding about it. So the Zigbee protocol will having only the application layer, network layer, and this connectivity. Coming to the this here we are having a application layer, transport layer, and low map, low pan, and this IP address, IP protocol. So this is about the 6 pan, and the next one is Bluetooth. So you already know about this Bluetooth. We call it as a Bluetooth low energy, which is significantly which is a significant protocol of IoT applications. So it is basically designed for short range. It uses low bandwidth, low latency for IoT applications. So here the advantage of this Bluetooth is nothing but it includes low power consumption, lower setup time, and supporting start topologies with an unlimited number of nodes. We can use unlimited. So even our smart devices will use this Bluetooth, right? We are connecting our smart wearable devices with our mobile phone through Bluetooth, right? So next one is nothing but RFID. So your even you know about this RFID, even FASTag is worked on this RFID. So many of you use this FASTag in our toll gates. The same thing, if our attendance purpose also previously we used this RFIDs. The same thing here. So it consists of a reading devices called reader, and small audio transponder called RFID tag. So tag is with us. In our car we having a RF tag. So in the toll plazas we'll be having a reader. So this tag is electronically programmed with unique information that has a distance reading characteristics. So every RF tag will have a unique information, right? So there are two technologies in the RF tag system. The first is reader tag system, and another one is passive reader tag system. So sorry, active reader tag system, and the another one is passive reader tag system. So these active tags are battery operated, and they are most expensive, use an higher frequency, while the passive tags are one uses low frequency and does not have any internal power sources. So what we are using are all the passive reader tags. Okay, and the other one is because of the RFID information is static, it must be programmed in the tag, and it can't be used directly for the measurement or the diagnostic data. Okay, so these applications where this RFID is used, like in the smart shopping, healthcare, national security, and agriculture, and it uses the peer-to-peer network technologies. Okay, and coming to that near field communication. So the best example of for this real field communication. So previously some mobile, I forgot the company things. There is a, if we want to communicate, we need to tap our phones, or infrared communication. Previously, maybe you remembered it or not, from mobile question before Bluetooth, we are having infrared transfer. Our mobile phone should be in line of sight. So that is nothing but the real field communication. So this real field communication is a very short range. It is communication should be in a very short range wireless communication technologies. So the transmission among the devices will be done by touching them together. I already told you, just told you, right? We need to have the touching them together and bringing them together no more than few inches. So the data will be transferred in very limited, I mean, very near. So the same principle, similar technology principles in RFID. So two-way communication will be done here. In RFID there is only one-way communication, but here we are having a two-way communication. So tag contains some amount of data. So this tag can be read only, similar to RFID tags, but we can be rewritable and altered by other devices. Coming to the RFID, we, once it is data is dumped, we can't erase the data. So there are three different main operating modes will be there in this NFC. Card emulation mode, nothing but the passive mode; read or writer mode, nothing but the active mode; and the peer-to-peer mode. Okay, so it is extensively used in mobile phones. Previously we used it now in industrial applications or contactless payment. Just like one more example for this here is our Wi-Fi debit or credit card. So we need to take it near to that swiping machine. So nothing but it is one of the near field communication. Okay, so it is makes it easier to connect communication or controlling IoT devices in different environments like home, factory, and the work. So it is also following the peer-to-peer work network topology. And another one is nothing but the Z wave. So this is the last one of this communication. So Z wave, so it is also a one more low power protocol, but it is a MAC protocol. Okay, now maybe you heard about this Z wave, designed by Genesis by using wireless home automation to connect 30 to 50 nodes, and has been used for IoT communication, especially for smart home and smart commercial domains. So here this technology is designed for small data packets at a low speed of 100 kbps, and the range is of 30-meter point to point communication. Point to point communication, it should be in the line of sight. Okay, so therefore it is suitable small messaging in the IoT application like light control, energy control, health control, healthcare control. So it is having a two types of devices will be there, controlling and the slave. So the slave nodes properties are low cost devices enabled to initiate the messages. It can only reply and execute commands sent by the controlling devices and initiate a message within the network. So it is just similar to your previously studied communication protocols. It uses the mesh network topology, right? So these are the differences between these all the communication protocols. So you can go through it. What are the characteristics, standard versions of it, frequency band, so which device, which protocol uses which bands, network, what are the network, what are the topologies, what is the power consumption, data rate, and what is the range of it, security, and how these are spreading, modulation type, futures, and common applications where we are using these versions. So this is about IoT communication protocols. So that's it for today, guys.